contest, much like Mongolia's did in the women's bronze medal game. I think they're going to be locked in, Czar. I'm telling you. They're going up against a bunch of youngins.
I had the opportunity to talk with Steve Sir, their coach, right after the semifinal loss, and Steve agreed with me. They went away from their identity, but they had to learn, and he was telling me the main aspect is talking about it is one thing. Experiencing it is another thing. They could be dominant in their home country. They're young. They haven't had that international exposure and experience at the highest level where when it starts banging, you better answer the call physically and the mental challenge of such hardship. So let's see if they learned, even though it's a short-term lesson, can they learn and apply right away?
Well, you've heard of the phrase or the term young and dumb. And I mean it affectionately.
Of course.
Beautiful fake by Arianbo. But sometimes it's good to be young in a situation like this because you don't really embrace how big it is. You just play freely. So that's what I mean by that. They are, three of the players are 20 years old or younger.
A pair of 19-year-olds and one 20-year-old.
Okay. So maybe they don't understand how big this is. They're in the bronze medal game at the Asia Cup. There are players who dream of this situation, but maybe that allows them to play more freely. Meantime, it's the archer on point like a harpoon.
Did you see that?
Oh, yeah, he hit him with the little hezzy.
With the shoulder.
The shoulder shimmy.
That's a rhythm shot, Kyle. And when you got that going, the opponent is in trouble.
Just scratching the surface of this third place game. And Mongolia lead it 3-zip out of the gates. Arianbo can't squeeze it. McCullough down to the Dom, the Dominator. That's what we're going to start calling him. I think that's the new nickname,
well,
the Dominator.
I want a few more buckets for me to validate that.
Okay, all right. Well, who validates the nicknames around here? You or me? 3-1.
Well, don't they have to earn it?
They do. Oh, McIntosh. Treating him like he works at Microsoft. Arianbo with the moves. May I have this dance? You gonna do it whether you want to or not. He had him doing a TikTok dance before splashing him from deep. 5-3 is where we stand. Baseline drive, McCullough. That was gonna be nice. He didn't finish it, but he's able to draw the foul and shoot a free throw.
Remember what we just mentioned about the archer right before, when he took that rhythm shot with the shoulder going, the fake, hit it in his opponent's face. What happened then? Told you, rhythm shot means trouble. Very next opportunity, bada bing, bada boom, bada bang. He's propelling Mongolia to a 2-point lead early, which will give confidence to his team.
Well, we talked about nicknames being earned too. There's a reason why I started calling him the Archer. It's because he was hitting the mark from long range. He's a sharp shooter. He's a bit streaky sometimes, and that's what we saw in pool play. But ever since then, he picked it up in the quarterfinals on.
0 for 18, correct?
Yes.
Pool play.
He's a danger, especially when he's playing with confidence. I've seen this dude hit 6 and 7 twos in a game before. To Mullen, down low. Tough shot, nope.
McIntosh is just as tough.
Speaking of tough, Ty Wynyard. Feel the breeze. Spin move from the big man. He's big and nimble. Arianbo, no sir. You got to try that elsewhere. Not against Ty Wynyard. 6'8", the wingspan of a pterodactyl. It's going to be hard to get a shot up over him. 5'4". Arianbo missed it. Azbayar, no problem. He cleans up the mess. Mongolia so far so good. Offensive foul called on New Zealand. Will give it back over to the Mongolian Warriors. Won't be able to defend their goal. Obviously playing here in the bronze medal game. But I think It's quite the accomplishment, only returning Arienbold from last year's gold medal team to be playing for a medal this year.
And playing with 3 U21s.
Right, playing with 3 U21s. Azbayer takes the feed. That's good eating. 7 for Mongolia. And count that. Ty Wynyard, I think. Ty Wynyard has seen enough.
Kyle, what is Mongolia doing that they were not doing against Australia? Constructing their game through teamwork, collaborating, moving it around, screening, diving, reading the game. That's what they're all about. If you get away from who you are, then how do you want to win?
Kelvin Poto caught push it and shove it. I got to give a shout out to my Hungarian fan. Bondi, Reggie, Chila, Mama Tot, CC, hello. 7-5. Oh, it is the Archer on target like a red dot.
Looking like Steve Sir out there.
It is 9-5. Arienbold with 2 twos so far in this game. 3 twos. So he's counted up. He's in his rhythm, without a doubt, and that's what Mongolia would need in a game like this that I think could give them the edge. Like, I thought New Zealand would come out with more intensity. I thought they'd play a sharper game.
Yeah.
But I also think they may have underestimated Mongolia in that Arienbold truly is a rising star. He can wreck the game for you if you don't get a hand up on him. And these young dudes are capable. They're strong, they're long, they can get to the rim, and they'll defend you tough. Wynyard still able to score because he's just a monster. But 9-6, and the Mongolians don't look like they're ready to let up. That's a foul on the floor. That's number 3 on New Zealand.
The key going on forward, Kyle, Mongolia needs to keep moving that rock, sharing the wealth, do what they can and know how to do. New Zealand, they've drawn 5 fouls against Mongolia. They're physical. They need to keep playing this game, just get defensive stops, and then they can work themselves back in this game 1 possession at a time. They don't need to rush it. 6 minutes 24 is huge. Draw fouls, get to the line, and put pressure on the defense for Mongolia.
We'll see if they employ the strategy. The Tsar just gave them the blueprint. 6:24 and counting. Mongolia ball.
Moving screen for sure. Yes, sir. You can't put both hands on your opponent and push him like that to prevent him from going back up. He's trying to close out. So, Mongolia now cannot afford to foul any longer. The last free foul they could give, they wasted it on an offensive foul, Kyle. So now, Wynyard knowing that, Kelvin Poto, smart, to the cup.
The dominator getting to it for New Zealand.
14th foul against New Zealand.
That was going McIntosh. He'll substitute out. Nico McCullough is in. In case you're just joining us, where you been? We'll give you a tardy slip. No, thank you. We appreciate you. Kyle Montgomery, a.k.a. The Voice. Angelo Zakarakis, a.k.a. The Czar. We're calling the 3rd place game in the men's competition.
This one is on Wynyard.
First-person shooter, a non-Arienbold. Somebody tell Drake and J. Cole, make room. Arienbold taking room for himself. Quick step on the baseline, bucket. 12-8 Mongolia, and it is the Archer just killing them from outside.
It's 10 points. 10 points out of 12 for the Archer.
Oh my goodness.
But Kyle, how can New Zealand afford to give a wide open look to somebody who's been tearing them up from long range? Just a simple screen when you're being way too low on the cover. So now, you got to give props to the kid. He's killing you.
I told you about Arienbold. he can single-handedly wreck a game. There's a few players that can do it. We've seen Blanchfield doing it for the Australians.
He can sink your ship.
He can sink your ship. He's getting a rest at the moment, letting the young guns get the experience, and they're still making things difficult on the tall blacks. That is the 5th foul on New Zealand.
Can Arjen Ball in this position launch another torpedo, and New Zealand would be trailing by 6, almost at the halfway point. 16 foul, last free foul that they could afford to make. So now both teams in trouble. Truly impressed with Mongolia's heart and competitiveness.
Here comes Arjen Ball, the archer, saying, give me some space. Arjen Ball, ISO, step back. Arjen Ball, he is fouled.
Surely is.
Not much you can do. You knew he was looking for that 2-piece. Now he's going to get to the hard way, or at least attempt to the hard way from the free throw line.
You know what I love about this kid? He's not just a shooter. He's building his game to be a real triple threat guy. He can use the pick and roll. He's making good read of the pick and roll. He can play a little bit of isolation if he has a mismatch against a big guy. And we saw him right after. If you want to close him up too tight, he'll attack that baseline with the dribble and finish at the cup. Don't forget, the kid is 196. He's a solid 6'5", leaning towards 6'6". He's not small.
Nope. Well, he's not that muscular, right? He's kind of wiry.
Yes.
But he's got good height, and now he's got to try to battle Kelvin Poto. Wynyard. That's a big man. It might be good to get out of the way. He makes it count for New Zealand. Arjen Ball with a heat check that time. Oh, to Mullen.
It should be wide ball. It should be wide ball.
Are you sure? I think
he had his feet outside. He had his feet outside before getting his hands on the ball, but I think that Edmund Ho could not see that.
Ooh, I disagree with you. I agree with official Edmund Ho. I thought that was thrown off of McIntosh.
No, it was. It was thrown off of him. I'm saying that he had the ball in his hands, throwing it off as he was out of bounds.
14-9, misfire. Kelvin Poto.
It's going to be a chess game now, Kyle. It's going to be a chess game. Getting stops on one end, not committing fouls on the other.
4:36 to play. This is a 10-minute sprint to 21. Mongolia 7 points away. New Zealand have shown us that at times they have issues with their scoring.
Well, they've been struggling all tournament long. The pool play action was a little bit deceiving as they manhandled Qatar 22-3.
But we had mentioned several times, as Kelvin Poto gets the bucket on the inside, that we had yet to see their best game.
Right.
Right? So we just kind of thought that eventually it would be coming. There goes the ball by the meantime. As Dom swings it over. McCullough, they need one of those. Kelvin Poto, the dominator.
He earned it.
Keeping New Zealand alive. So Mongolia's lead down to 3. Kelvin Poto with the block, but it's recovered. Asbayar puts it up and in. McCullough, 2-piece, no biscuit. 15-13. The archer. He's got Wynyard in front of him. Is he gonna drive? You bet he is. Oh, he missed the layup though.
Oh, great recognition by Wynyard.
Open like a double click. He connects. 15-15.
And Wynyard with the basketball IQ play right there.
Arjen Ball has hit a bit of a cold spell. He needs some chicken soup or something. Right now, it's 15-15.
Isn't that like the recipe when you're sick, you get some chicken soup?
I said he's hit a cold spell.
Right, okay.
It's a chicken noodle soup. Come on, son. You got to keep up with me here.
I am. I'm just saying.
Man, it's been hard to keep up with this game. It looked like Mongolia was to be certain on their way to a shocking win. But here come New Zealand. Oh, man, you got to love it.
Hey, not only you got to love it, but that's a display right here on Wanangatanga. That's the culture, the spirit of the Maoris right here. That is on display. New Zealand stepping up, Mongolia trying to hold them back. What a game for the bronze medal.
And both of these countries are known to have warriors.
They surely do, don't they?
And you can see the fight in both of these teams.
It's in their spirit, Kyle. It's in their spirit.
Oh! Big bank take little bank, 17-15.
Well, it's going to be given back to New Zealand if they consider that he had control of the ball, or it's going to be Mongolia.
What a big shot.
Yeah, white ball, so I recognize the situation. They consider that the Mongolian player recovered possession and control enough so that when McIntosh dove on it, he ended up being the defender on the play.
Exactly.
And that went fast, because you would think that Mongolia was the defender, but in those kind of situations, you have to count on the referee's ability to assert who had control.
Jump ball always awarded to the defense, so the Tall Blacks will have it. Ty Wynyard down to the body shop. He elevates and gets the jump hook to go. 1 point lead for Mongolia. Arienbold shifting gears, taking the bump. Bucket will count.
Yes.
Foul call, double foul called. But the basket does count. But each team assessed a foul, I guess, off the ball as the shot was going, preparing the battle for the rebound. So it's a ninth for Mongolia, which is probably a little bit more significant than New Zealand's 8th, because the next foul on the Mongolians means 10, and that's 2 free throws and possession. 2:51 to go. Ty Wynyard, watch your head! That's a big flush.
And Wynyard being a little bit too intense for Edmund Ho's taste, gets warned for behavior. He wanted a delay of game warning against Mongolia that he's not gonna get.
I know what we're gonna get, a thrilling finish. Here's Arienbold. Arienbold with the step back. Arienbold pull up. Missed it long. Tamale.
It's not the first time Wynyard gets caught not boxing out.
Well, they're younger and they're a little bit quicker. And you can see that on display on that possession. Azbayar puts Mongolia up, 19-17. Pocket pass to Wynyard. He's destroying property out here.
Mongolia can finish it with a long-range dagger right here, right now, Fat Boy Slim style.
Look at Wynyard testing the durability of Skelda Sports. I'd say they got a reliable product with a man like that hanging on the rim. He's been doing his best to destroy it. As we see how the score has gotten to where it's at, it's been a roller coaster ride of a game. Mongolia had seized control early thanks to the sharp shooting of Arienbold. It looked like they had it in the bag. New Zealand storms back, then Mongolia makes some plays, and here we are. 19-18, 2 minutes to go.
Expect some screen, rescreen action to try to free up the archer. Ooh!
A 2 would win it for Mongolia. The runner, no.
Mongolia cannot afford to foul by any means necessary.
Kelvin Poto.
Oh!
No!
The blunder!
Oh no, what had happened? He missed it. Arienbold going for the dub. Oh, just left it short. That one nearly thrown away. Arienbold will have another chance. Arienbold driving, spinning. Ooh. Right foul.
He can finish it on the free throw line.
Wow. Anand Arienbold. He hit the game-winning shot with a foul last year to lift Mongolia to a gold medal. Now the game rests in his hands, but this time at the free throw line. The archer.
Wynyard trying to talk to Arienbold. Did he say The mailman doesn't deliver on Sundays.
Is that what he said?
I don't know, but that's one of those moments.
Oh, Iron Bowl. Cool as the other side of the pillow as he knocks that one down.
Can Mongolia walk away with a pair of bronze medals around their necks? One free throw for history.
A non-Aryan Bowl with one more to go. Will Mongolia leave Singapore with another medal? They will! Aryan Bowl is cool as the AC at the line. Mongolia take bronze over New Zealand here in Singapore 2024. Both the men and women will be at the podium at the end of the night. Congratulations to Mongolia, Coach Steve Sir and his staff, and all of the players. Not to take anything away from New Zealand. They played hard, they fought hard. That's a tough one to swallow.